Hey, what's up guys? It's ElasticSpyder here, and today I've got a Neptune replay. Not too long ago I got this ship in my port, and I've been loving it ever since. Although sometimes it has been a bit of a pitfall. A lot of times you get citadeled early in the game, and citadeled when you are sitting in smoke by people that just randomly shoot. So that is definitely a downfall, but regardless, this ship is still amazingly awesome, and it's honestly hilarious sometimes just to watch battleships that are giving broadside melt so quickly. But we're gonna just this is gonna be somewhat of a shorter replay, and I want to highlight something a bit different. You'll probably see that as the battle progresses. So it's pretty standard tier 9 matchmaking. Doesn't look like there's any tier 10, so that's a bit good, but there is a tier 9 carrier as well as 4 destroyers and 4 juicy battleships that I want to shoot. It looks like their team is going hard BC. Their Kiev is going balls to the wall at B. He's not giving a flying fadoodle, that's for sure. So I'm going to try and hit him, help my destroyers there. Although the carrier should be taking care of him, it is only a Kiev, and it is not the most maneuverable thing. It is a bit fast, but not the most maneuverable. So, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like he will be able to. Enemy carriers, fighters come in. Now, the one thing that I do have to watch out for is the 3 Belfasts that are on the enemy team. There is one, and then there is a second one. So I'm going to have to be careful of that. I'm going to need to make sure that I use my smoke outside of 9 kilometers. That way it gives me a bit of a wiggle room, because their radar is 8.5. So I just want to be a little bit outside to be safe. Again, I'm gonna try and shoot the DD. He's low health. I want to finish him quick. The battleships can much more easily and probably happily go after the Belfasts. So I'm gonna just focus the DDs down. One down, the less stress it is on my team. Let's see if I can't get him with this salvo. This should be the kill shot right here. Sailing pure broadside. I anticipated his turn. Yep, there's first blood. Not bad, not bad. So, overall, not much damage, but most of my damage just came from the Kiev. And now that's a good salvo, a nice, probably 8k salvo, or somewhere around there on that Belfast. Now, the good thing about the Neptune is it gets 10-kilometer torpedoes, and a step up from the Edinburgh bro, is that instead of, I believe, one set of torpedoes, you get 2 per side. So you are actually pretty heavy when it comes to torpedo armament. Your torpedoes are pretty good. They are a bit on the slower side, and they don't hit quite as hard. But a cruiser with 10-kilometer torpedoes, you can almost stealth torp 0.1 kilometers away from. A little bit more than that, but certainly these torpedoes are very, very good. They are good for uses as such as this, where you've got enemies in smoke and you're in smoke, and you just want to send torpedoes, and we'll see if they pay off. Waiting. Oh, I got one hit there, which killed the Belfast, and then I got another hit on the other Belfast. So, how'd your Hydra work there, buddy? And that's what I've been saying for a lot of the time is people are saying that Belfast is going to be a very strong contender in rank, and there's no doubt about that. But, again, if that was a Fiji, he could have healed a lot of that HP that he got from me and the other ships. And same with this guy. This guy would be around half-ish health. But he's not. He's a Belfast. He doesn't get a heal, so he's dead instead of being being alive. So now I'm gonna push in to B, now that we've taken care of 2 Belfasts and one of their DDs. It looks like their other cruiser did die. I believe it was a Belfast as well, but yeah, it did look like that that ship did die. Now I'm gonna try and get closer to the battleships. I know my AA is not the best, but certainly all the help that the battleships can get is certainly a plus. And of course, right now I'm focusing the carriers, fighters, trying to help them out, trying to get them released and on attacking these planes, but they have unfortunately go out of the fight. So just going to be focusing dive bombers as they're coming in. And then whenever I see torpedo bombers come within range, then I immediately focus them. Those are the killers. Although that is kind of debatable because these are Essex Lexington planes, Essex planes, whatever. They are American bombers at the end of the day, and they will do a lot of damage. It looks like someone's defensive fire was up there, so that Scharnhorst did get a nice spread. Yugamo gets spotted. Probably, I'm not sure from what. Maybe Hydro? Neptune. I didn't even see this, but apparently someone asked if I have radar, and I do not. I do not run the radar. I don't feel that the radar is good on this ship for the use of radar. However, maybe in ranked it could be useful. Although I don't think the Fiji does not get access to that, but the Edinburgh does. So I'm just gonna try and cap this while also shooting this Benson. I've got my Hydro up, and the Benson is spotted. That is actually behind me, and there's my Kraken already. What a surprise! Shoot over the Moggy's bow. This nice 4.4 second reload is awesome. I love it so much. Again, shoot over his stern. Probably could have stayed here in this situation. I probably didn't have to go out, but I had already committed, so I'm just gonna go. And I actually miss. I think most of my shells, or most of them, actually bounce. So, and again there, I actually do miss a lot of my shells. And then there's my 6th kill. But you notice I haven't done all that much damage, like 60,000. And you could argue that, you know, they have been kind of low health targets, but the point is that I've only been doing 3,000 or 4,000 to destroyers, and you know, about a little over half health to each of the Belfast. But you guys have to remember that XP is based on a percentage damage, not just the raw number. So doing a quarter of a destroyer's HP pool is the same as doing a quarter to a battleship's pool, a health pool. So just keep that in mind, because sometimes damage numbers aren't always what they seem. Now, here this guy is probably dead, but I just want to make sure. And having 7 kills, never hurt no one. Honestly, I probably should have left myself on fire there so I could get Dreadnought. I don't think I got Dreadnought from this one, but I certainly could have done that. My heal would have been more than enough to cover most of whatever damage I would have taken. So not a bad game thus far. I did manage to get this assisted base capture as well. Managed to shoot down 11 planes. I've noticed that the Neptune's AA is actually quite good, but again, this is a bit unfortunate because, again, I was looking at the stats and base. I believe the Neptune's, or so, no, because I asked Putin what his AA rating, and the Baltimore was, and he's got a full AA build, and mine's like 2 points behind him, and I've only got the AA range module and manual fire control, and manual fire control doesn't actually do anything to your rating. So yeah, that's a bit interesting. And speaking of which, looking at a stock Des Moines and a stock Minotaur actually does have, I believe, a 96 AA rating for completely stock without a captain, and the Des Moines has like 94. So that very fact is very, very sad. I really don't like it all that much. I think that's completely absurd. But the AA is not bad. It is not bad. You will, if carriers focus you, you're going to take a lot of damage. A lot of damage, even if you pop your smoke. But the AA is not bad. You do tend to shoot down quite a few planes. It does certainly help if they're not targeting you. I do prefer the manual fire control for AA as opposed to AFT, just for the fact that I don't want my AA guns to be shooting at stuff that's not within my detectability by air. So that's why I do that, because as soon as your AA guns start shooting, your detectability by air actually increases, and I don't want to be spotted if I don't have to. So having a 7.2 kilometer AA bubble is perfect, because that is actually my detection by air. So excuse me. But yeah, while I was explaining that, I actually managed to get 8 kills, but only 61,000 damage. I asked my team, can I get 9 kills, because that would certainly be a record for me personally. I think the closest I've come is 8, or maybe 7. But this guy's health is he's losing a lot of health very quickly. And there goes the Imagi. Alright, let's look at the screenshots. Alright, so these screenshots. I ended up doing very well in terms of credits and XP and all that stuff, but not too hot in damage. 61,000 damage, Kraken, First Blood, 13 planes shot down, 8 ships killed, and 2 assisted base captures. Looking at the team score, pretty good, I'd say, for 61,000 damage. So it just goes to show that it's not always about damage, guys. I know we tend to look at that as a very important stat in World of Warships, but again, keep in mind that it doesn't always mean its face value isn't always what it means. So just keep that in mind. Certainly a very good amount of base XP. And here's my damage distribution. Let's see if... No, okay, capture points, 19 out of 180. So I really didn't do all that much capturing either. So so this replay kind of showcases the power of finishing off ships, and also killing destroyers and hunting them down, which is really a really good strength of the Neptune, besides just pure raw damage that you get from battleships and cruisers. And 400k to take me away. But that just about wraps it up, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if it wasn't as exciting, but certainly this was my new record for the most amount of kills that I've gotten in a ship. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.